something weird in there because there are points in there and there are not active verbs in the beginning and stuff like this. So what do we do with that? Do we do that in the end?
Delegation of Afghanistan, please be seated. An amendment to a draft resolution is not to be submitted to the Secretary General, which means that it is not corrected as such. Only a draft resolution in itself is to be approved by the chairs and by the Secretary General. But a friendly amendment, or any amendment as for that matter, which is not insulting or totally stupid, is taken into consideration as such, including the spelling mistakes. So we do recognize that there are certain issues with that. However, we are not responsible for the content of a friendly amendment as chairs, and we would only encourage all member states to write in proper and clear English, to review their own text and to submit correct versions, because we can't do all that work, especially not if it's a friendly amendment, because a friendly amendment is the work of the full sponsors, or is supposed to be the work of the full sponsors, and as stated before, you have to pull your act together.
And that only mirrors to the quality of your work, because it is true that there are many grammatical mistakes that perhaps the chairs will have time to correct once we go into voting procedure. If this draft resolution passes, of course, for its publication, we shall correct it.
Of course.
But we do believe that when it comes to this type of mistakes, it is the responsibility of the delegates to make sure that this mistake do not happen. And if there is any substantial mistake, we will point it out, of course. But in this case, there is not our position to do so.
Amendments are not corrected, that's the bottom line. Draft resolutions are corrected, and are supposed to be more or less correct. The amendments are not. And we can't stop a friendly amendment, because it is approved by the four sponsors, to be very honest. So there's no way for us to stop a friendly amendment unless it's totally out of the topic, or totally not on topic, of course. So that's why we use restraint on that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Any other points on the table? Seeing none, we'll proceed with the rest of this moderated caucus, which is still the moderated caucus on the topic of the amended draft resolution 1.1, so with the green parts. Anybody wishing to take the floor?
Thank you, Honourable Chairs, distinguished delegates. Distinguished delegate from China, I'm sure that this one sentence can be removed by another friendly amendment, and this would address your needs. It is just a this was just a problem concerning the fact that this huge amendment had several authors and was overlooked by many people. It is just a small omission, and I don't think it should cause a problem. Also, I would like the delegation of the United Kingdom would like to concentrate and focus the discussion on the issue raised by the Honourable Delegate of the United States of America and the inclusion or not the Islamic Republic of Iran in the mediations.
Thank you, delegation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. We will now ask for speakers to follow up on this speech. Anybody wish to speak? Delegation of Islamic Republic of Iran.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. We are the most grateful and most merciful. What the Sunday speech made before, talking with the people, the Republic of France, we are not the monster that the Western propaganda paint to us. We have a really good relation with Pakistan. We have no intention to spoil their integrity. We have trade agreement, we have really good diplomatic relation. We both participate to Advent for Peace program, so we don't understand where is the worry that we are going to undermine the sovereignty of Pakistan. Talking with the United States of America, so if the United States of America is really supporting the independence, a referendum to say what the people in this region want to do, why they are supporting in other parts of the world, apart from the problem with the Zionist regime of Israel, like with Russian minorities or Chinese minority. You understand, really believe that in this council, some of the kind of resolution will really pass. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Delegation of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Any countries wishing to speak? United States?
The United States of America wants to declare to our delegate of the United Kingdom that we believe that the Pakistan region consisted of three nationals or three nationalities. That's what the conflict is, because the conflict is nationalism conflict between that three parties. So Pakistan is still area is still a part of Pakistan. So any other country, any other foreign country will be still foreign party, and there is no need for any foreign party. So there is no need for Iran. Iran will be foreign party, and Afghanistan will be foreign party also. And for our delegate of Iran, we wanted to remind you again, please don't go out of that
Honourable
topic.
Delegation of the United States of America. Thank you for your speech. We will entertain 2 more speakers. Anybody wishing to speak? Delegation of Australia.
The Commonwealth of Australia would like to grant its full support to this draft resolution. Australia played an active role in writing this draft resolution, but we have one small remark that has also been noticed by Luxembourg, is that the duration of the mediation should maybe be taken for a longer time than 2 weeks, because we think that such a huge and difficult conflict cannot be solved in 2 weeks. So maybe we would have to reflect on this and maybe prolong it. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Delegation of the Commonwealth of Australia, and the other delegation wishing to take the floor. Delegation of France. Giving France the floor.
Honourable Delegate of Iran, the political of France are not on the top of the good or the bad things in the international relations. Of course, we are agree with you that your countries have to participate in the negotiations, but with real clarify terms. We don't want that your country should be with more power than the Federal Republic of the government of Pakistan. But we are totally open that consider your position, and we are open that you and Afghanistan participate in this negotiation. We can of course listen often. We are open of all position of international community.
Thank you, delegation of the Republic of France. With that, this moderator.